Welcome back to the channel, guys and gals. It's Don over Don's Tattoos Garage with a mail call, shop card shout out, and of course a tattoo story. So hang on and we'll get into it. All right, everybody, let's get into this mail call, this shop card shout out, and we'll get into this and show you what I got, what came in the mail, blah, blah, blah. All right, first up, shop card for JD Scale Auto. Jeff reached out recently. I got a card printed, ready to go in the mail. I just haven't mailed it yet, Jeff. My apologies. I've been out of town for a handful of days. I will get it in the mail, hopefully tomorrow. If not, definitely by Thursday, but I'll try my best to get in there tomorrow, Jeff. Again, thanks for the shop card. Y'all get over and check out JD Scale Auto. Great stuff over there. I've watched a couple of his videos. Again, I've been out of town for about a week. Not really been watching a lot of videos. Not really been in and out of the community much. Been busy with other things. I'll just leave it at that. All right, so thanks again, Jeff. Get over here and check him out. Next up is my mail call, shop card shout out for Dave Wood over at Woody Scale Model Garage. Dave was kind enough to hook me up with some things. That's part of my mail call, and that's what we're going to get into next. Again, if you haven't been to Dave's channel, I do not know why. Dave has a great channel, does a lot of cool stuff. You got to check him out. If you haven't been there, get over there today, tell him I sent you, and make sure you check things out. All right. So, besides the business card, the shop card, Dave also hooked me up with one of his ink pens, Woody Scale Model Garage ink pen. Thanks, Dave. Much appreciated. Will be used. Hooked me up with a couple of stickers. Those are greatly appreciated, Dave. Love me some stickers. Got plenty of places to put them. All right. Let's get into some of the 3D printed parts he sent. This care package had a lot of neat stuff in it, so... First of all, we got some Stromberg 97s. It says a 3-pack on there. Got them little detailed out carburetors. They look great. Appreciate that, Dave. Also got a couple of his teardrop hood scoops. Those things are amazing. I don't have a Ford car to put it on, but I got a Ford truck. I've got some other stuff going on. Much appreciated, Dave. Got some 4-hole injector hats. Those are cool. Love those. Got some Hillborn mailbox scoops. Those are very cool too. Appreciate that, Dave. Some, let's see, Holley double pumper carburetors. Looks like there's about 8 in there. Thanks, Dave. I'm going to say thanks, Dave, a lot because Dave's an awesome guy. Big block Chevy headers. Those are always useful. All right, that's all the 3D printed parts in the swag he sent along. Let's set that aside for now because I've got more stuff to show. All right, next up on the block is the biggie that was in this box. I was talking to Dave a couple weeks ago, and we got on the subject of paint. And I told him, I said, well, I just rattle can. I've never bought an airbrush, never used an airbrush other than a little cursory introduction thing that a local guy showed me that had a t-shirt and airbrush shop. But other than that, never had one, never used one. Dave said, I'm going to send you something. Send you a starter setup. So he did. He sent this Gallery New Game Start Ambition Series airbrush and compressor kit. Dave, that's friggin' amazing, dude. I love you, brother. That was awesome. So, in the kit, you get quick start guide, which I will definitely be reading. You also get this Ambition Series airbrush. Haven't even played with it yet. It's a classic CS36, but gonna be working with this. Gotta buy some supplies, but that's coming up in the next week or so. So stay tuned for some airbrush stuff. Airbrush showing off, what did you buy Wednesday kind of situation. I'm doing this mail call because I didn't buy this, but Dave hooked me up. So also comes with this Serene Air mini compressor. I've watched a couple reviews on it and tutorials, so I will be using this. It also comes with a couple airbrush holders that the reviewers really weren't thrilled with, but we'll see how it works out, if it works out, and we'll kind of go from there. So that's what I got going on. Of course, it comes with all the other peripherals. It's got the power supply for the compressor. It's got a paint cup if I can get it out of this box it came in. So that goes on there. I haven't figured out, haven't messed with that. Goes on, that's the hose. It goes up here. So we turn it backwards like Dave says until it clicks, and then you don't strip out threads when you put it on. So that's that. Got a lid on the cap, which is good because I'm prone to spilling things. Plus it comes with a hose with a water separator on it. This is freaking awesome, Dave. Like I said, much appreciated. Love you, brother. All right, so we'll set this aside. And like I said, be buying some more supplies. There will be a What Did You Buy Wednesday coming up with this in it. Also in the mail, I finally received my auto modeler for the love of our hobby with Kevin Hayes, Donnybrook on the front. This, I moved since I did this subscription and I forgot to give them my new address, so I will be sending that new address in today. But this did show up and I appreciate it, guys. Glad it finally arrived. Can't wait to look at it. I've seen a couple of videos on it. All right. Last but not least, if you want one of my shop cards, send me an email at this tattoosgarage@gmail.com. There at the bottom right here. Send me an email. I will get one in the mail to you in about a week or so. I have got to pick up some more ink for my printer and get some more paper, blah, 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 all the supplies you need. But I will get some printed out and get some in the mail soon. I got 2 going out now, and I may have 1 or 2 more. I got to see if my printer will work with me and if I got enough ink to make it work. Other than that, guys and gals, that's what I got. Stay tuned for the upcoming tattoo story. All right, so the tattoo story for this week is an 18-year-old kid came into my studio after driving an hour to get there with no ID. Well, in Arkansas, you got to have an ID in order to get tattooed. Got to prove you're 18. At least if you're doing it legally like I was in a shop. Anyway, this kid comes in, picks out a design he wants across his stomach. Well, if you've been tattooed, if you've known people that's been tattooed, stomach isn't a real fun area to get tattooed. It's definitely one of the more sensitive areas. I'll just leave it at that. Anyway, go to do his paperwork, no ID. So he chooses to drive an hour back home, get his ID, and come back. When he returned, he had a couple girls with him. I guess he wanted to be Mr. Macho in front of these little girls he had with him. So we got his paperwork done, and what he wanted was his last name, which was in six letters in about 4 or 5 inch tall Old English letters that were supposed to be solid black. Well, needless to say, when he walked out, they weren't solid black. They weren't even really done well. And after probably about an hour of dealing with this kid and him jumping and moving before the needle even hit his skin after that first little line, he walked out with a very, very bad tattoo. I let him leave the studio and told him, I said, listen, when you decide to brave this again, I will go over and I will fix everything, because the outline looked horrible. Because when I say he was moving, my brother-in-law at the time weighed about 220, and he was holding this kid down. I'm using my left hand to hold him down and stretch the skin and trying to put tattoo ink across his stomach. Them letters were shaky. They weren't smooth whatsoever. They weren't even whatsoever, because with him going up and down along with side to side, that needle was all over the place trying to do this. So, like I said, he walked out with a horrible outline for a tattoo and never came back. I guess he decided it wasn't quite worth it. But anyway, that's the tattoo story this week, guys. Stay tuned because there will be more. Thanks again for watching. Hope everybody has a great day and you get some bench time in. And as always, God bless.